Please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
Well. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NBA Bit. Hope everybody's having a lovely start to the week. Listen, this is going to be a tough one, I think. I attempted in my old age to watch this baseball game last night, and I am dead. I did not make it until the home run. I am sleepy, and I made it till I think the 15th inning. I think I made it to the 15th inning, and then I woke up with drool on my face at like 4 a.m. Shout out Freddie Freeman with the big walk-off W. Snoop Loop watched the whole thing. Built different, man. You're built different. I think if it was my team, I know it's not your team, but shout out the Brew Crew Breakthrough. If it was like, I remember staying up for the Sox Dodgers one in 2018, which got referenced 700 times last night. It did make me miss Joe Buck, BT Dubs. I do miss Joe Buck on the call. I think they're doing a great job. I think Smoltzy and what's his name? Joe King. I don't know if that's his name. Dave King. Is it Joe King? I don't know. Anyways, I enjoyed the call. We get Stubbs in the chat. Let's go. Vuvuzella's here. Daniel's here. Happy birthday to Hall of Fame coach and player Lenny Wilkins. You love to see it. Anyways, yeah, that was great. That was a great game. Why don't we start a guy in second in the playoffs? No, I mean, I'm glad they don't. I like that they speed it up in the regular season, but in the postseason, you get to win it. Ohtani reached base like 45 times. How did I do in the underdogs? Thumbs down, but not like terrible. Not terrible. The issue we ran into last night, which we can like, and that's a good transition here into the slate. Into last night's actions. I did okay, but we lost a little bit of money. The issue we ran into, we had a lot of Zion Williamson early on, right? So he got ruled out. And then the pivot from Zion ended up being Amin Thompson, and I had so much Amin Thompson, who was fine, but not great. Did have a couple lineups, had some Lowry Markkanen in there, had some Devin Booker, both who balled out. A couple shout outs here in those streets. Actually, Jeb Bush had a nice W last night. I saw he took down some cold hard cash on like limited entries too. He had a nice lineup going. And then shout out Nez too. Nez, who took down the heat check, which is like a winner take all, takes down 8K. Beautiful to see. Amin is having a slow start. Let's get into today's show. We're going to talk about last night's stuff. We'll take a look at tonight's stuff, maybe find a pick 'em, and then we'll get out of here. Like we're not going to go too nuts today. Cause again, yesterday, shout out to everybody who tuned in. If you missed it, the 89 Cavs yesterday at 3:00. So we had the NBA bid yesterday. Celtics Daily channel the Celtics Daily video went up. Then we had 89 Cavs NBA bit, Celtics Daily, and then live before lock, and then jumped on another podcast last night, which I'm excited I'll share when it comes out, which was a lot of fun. So I'm so dead. I'm so dead. And your boy's back in the gym. I don't know why I'm doing this, because it's mostly cardio right now, because we're trying to get our lungs back. And so I don't got that dog in me. Let's get into last night's stuff, because there were some fun games. We're going to start with the Eastern Conference, baby. The Eastern Conference, the Eastern Conference, no way. The Chicago Bulls. Let's start with the Bulls, because we got two fun situations here. We're going to talk about the Bulls and the Sixers to start. Giddy Up and Maxey both made the thumbnail this morning. Guys, these two teams are both 3-0, and both of the teams that they beat last night are 1-3. And those were like the Bushwick picks, the hipster Brooklyn picks of being like, oh, you know who's actually a dark horse, which your boy did too. I was pretty excited about Atlanta. Now, this is a small sample size. We're 3 or 4 games into the season, so I'm not full panic mode or anything for either of these teams, but Bulls are like legit kind of fun, man. So they win this one 128-123 after just giving up 35 points in the first quarter. Then it just turns into a boat race. Just a lot of running around. Porzingis was back in this one, but let's start with the Bulls side of stuff. Come on, show me all the stats. There's too many ads up in here. Okay, so God, I do think the ESPN website is dog shit. Giddy Up, 18, 13, and 5. 2 for 5 shooting. 7 for 14 for the field. Guys, Giddy's like, listen, he's not shooting massive volume right now, but the Josh Giddey 3-point shot is still like, you got to close out. You can't just let him shoot like it was 2 years ago. And like he's not world beater like what we saw the last 20 games of the season last year, but I don't know. I mean, I kind of really like of Giddy. Year 2 of asking Mike to use Brave that has ad blocks. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, year two of me telling DJP to suck it. How about that? Uh, yeah, Giddy looks good, but look at that. This is just everybody got involved. They got 21 from Io. Io Sumo off the bench was cooking. He was 7 for 10 from the field. I mean, just look at the efficiency from the bench. 7 for 10 from Io, 6 for 8 from Herder, 2 for 4, 4 for 9. Jalen Smith, the only one putting Ego out there. And then you had 7 for 14, 5 for 10, 7 for 11. Matas, 6 for 14. Okoro, 4 for 8. They shot 52% for the field, 37% from 3. That defense is not going to cut it. I know they added Porzingis. I know they added Nickeil Alexander-Walker, but clearly they have not added enough so far. They're 1-3 to start the season. Jalen Johnson returned. So did Porzingis after missing a couple of games. Both of those guys played well. JJ, 25-6 with 3 steals of his own. The old Zanger had 27. Porzingis came out hot. I think he had like 14 in the pretty close. Pretty early on. So Zanger looked good. But a fun start for Chicago, man. And again, like I'm not saying Chicago's here. Chicago's for sure going to finish like right around 500. That's what they do. But it is a fun start to this game. It is, to the season for them. And Atlanta's just more concerning, I think. Atlanta just off the bench, Nickeil Alexander-Walker played 30 minutes. He had 17. But, you let up 50% from the field by everybody is like kind of crazy. But shout out Giddy. Let's go to Philly for a second because I think Philly's actually more exciting. So no Embiid, no Paul George. They're now 3-0. They've beaten the Celtics, the Hornets, and the Orlando Magic. So the Magic really the only good one in there. But shout out Magi Carp real quick. There we go. Magi Carp in the chat. He called this out. Nick Nurse, Tom Thibodeau. What's different there? Just let those dudes play all those minutes. Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. That is like. Listen, man, this is the TikTok generation that I can get behind. Okay, we've got give me all of the Maxey and VJ. While my Celtics struggle to do anything offensively, I am taking my talents to the Philadelphia backcourt because that's going to be where the vibes are. They are so fun, man. Edgecombe is so good. I'm so jealous. Oh, we get Skeets in the chat. Good morning, sweet world. It's good to see you, man. Also, Skeets, just like real quick, love what you're doing with the Substack stuff. That's been like really fun. Like those are fun updates. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. So go subscribe to their Substack. All right, let's go. I just want to show you guys this. Look at this. They played 42. Maxey played 42 minutes. This is a regulation game. He played 42 minutes. The Edgecombe played 39 minutes. Kelly Oubre played 40 minutes. Jabari Walker, not so fast, 14 minutes. Drum Dog Millionaire was in there for 23 minutes. Is there enough ball to go around once the Sixers get healthy? I think so. Because they won't get healthy, right? It's the Philadelphia 70s. Well, you're telling me when Paul George and Joel Embiid come back healthy? But dude, VJ's sick, man. We got 17 shots up. Maxey. So remember my favorite thing from 2 years ago was to be like Tyrese Maxey's actually a better fantasy basketball player when Joel Embiid is on the floor because he was for a little. It was bad. They were just more dynamic, made things a little bit easier, right? Now he doesn't need Embiid to cook. I mean, dude. 4 for 11 from 3, 15 for 32. He's still at 8 dimes, 2, and 1 turnover. Him and VJ had the ball in their hands all night long. 3 turnovers between the two of them. Hey, where is this Orlando defense, by the way? Remember, this was like the thing that all they got to do is figure out on the offensive end. And somehow, defensively, and it's not like they didn't have Suggs. Suggs is back. He's only playing 20-plus minutes a game, so it's nothing crazy. But they are just getting smoked. I mean, for the Paolo, people that were scared about Paolo, he came back with a good counting stat game. He had 32, 7, and 5 and just kept this game close for them. Bane, 2 for 7 from 3, whatever. He had 24. Anthony Black continues to be their only reliable bench guy, IMO. Yeah, and Wendell, man, they need to upgrade. We need an upgrade. We need an upgrade for the big position because I don't think WCJ is cutting it right now. Because, dude, they went up against Bona, Walker, and Drum Dog Millionaire. You can't. Come on. Like, you got to be able to abuse that a little bit more. But 136, 124. Real quick, we just go look at the Magic L's, right? Or not even the Magic L's, but so they let up 125 to the no, I'm sorry, they let up 121 in their W against Miami. Then they lost to the Hawks. They let up 111, 110, 136. All right, so the defense hasn't been crazy outside of this last game. But then they'll take on the Pistons tomorrow night. I mean, the Pistons tomorrow night. And, dude, Cade Cunningham is a turnover king right now. What's going on with Cade, man? Granted, Cleveland's awesome, so it's not like it's weird that they lost to them. But, I mean, it felt like they were never in this game. Cleveland stepped on their throat in the first half, outscoring them by, 22 in the first half, and then just cruise control after that. Donovan Mitchell, 35, just like a cool 35 there. Pretty efficient night for him, 13 for 18. Mobley continues to be the engine, and maybe I was a little bit slow on that. Like, the ball is really just like the offense is moving through him right now. And it was a fun game from him. 15, 11, and 5 with 4 stocks. Really, really, we got to check in with Power Duster, who spent much of 2023 and 2024 slandering Evan Mobley. Mobley's doing it, man. Mobley's doing it. Matty Harrison. Oh, we should do a drop. Let's get a little Detroit drop for you, even though it was an L.
Detroit basketball. Detroit basketball. Detroit.
All right, we got to do like a dashboard confessionals version of that. Detroit, like when you come off an L. And he was saying that Beasley and Hardaway with Duncan and injured Levert has been rough. I mean, the Jaden Ivey thing sucks too, but you also didn't have him for much of the year. And yeah, Jay Catch in the chat saying really need better guard play. Yeah, they still should have been able to hang with Cleveland, I think, a little bit closer than this. But you can't. Again, Cade with 12, 5, and 4 and 5 turnovers isn't going to cut it. Jalen Duren probably, man, to go from going against the Celtics bigs to the Cleveland bigs. I mean, I can't think of a comp off the top of my head. I can't. I don't have. It's going from like Coca-Cola to cocaine. That's probably the difference, right? Like, Matt, you get to be like, oh, Luka Garza, Nehemiah Queta. Let me just throw this down for a second. And then you get Mobley and Allen is just not going to do it. It's not going to cut it. They had nobody that could get going. I mean, what was their leading scorer here? 12. Was Cade the leading scorer? 12. And then you got 10 out of Toby, 11 out of, I'm sorry. I don't know who Tolu Smith is. Tolu Smith? I do not know who that is. Gosh. Okay, Tolu with 11, and then Ronnie Holland. At least Ronnie Holland seems to have been stepping up a little bit. But they shot 38% for the field, 32% from 3. Not enough. Mentioned Mobley and Spida, all 5 starters for the Cavs in double figures. DeAndre Hunter did some mid DeAndre Hunter stuff. Allen with 20. How about J.A.? But good win for Cleveland. They moved to 3-1. Their only loss, right, has been opening night against the Bing Bong Boys. The Bing Bong Boys, they've got Milwaukee tonight, which will be pretty fun. Houston, dude, bro, again, I can't watch these games. So I can't watch Brooklyn and Houston. I can't give you a real update. This is just a box score check. I, hand to God, bounced around League Pass last night and watched a ton of hoops. This game I didn't check out once. Maybe it's because I was mad that Amin Thompson picked up 2 fouls in the first quarter and didn't really do much. But Cam Thomas, after dropping 40, only dropped 9 in this one, played 25 minutes because the game got out of hand. I mean, they just no defense, right? They put up 42 in the first. MPJ at 18, whatever. Shout out Dayron Sharp Believers. He had 7. He had a double-double off the bench. Shout out NBA TST. He was way overweight on Dayron Sharp. So shout out Dayron Sharp. The Goon, Shane Goon, as some call him, as his friends call him, 21, 6, and 6. KD at 19, Amin 12, 8, and 4. Like, I mean, whatever. Tyree Eason, that's what we should shout out. Tyree Eason, who had been pretty bad out the gate in the first couple of games after not getting his extension, was a plus 21 off the bench, 22, 5, and 5. So good dubs for Tyrese. We're not going to talk about this. I didn't realize that it's Houston's first win. I thought Houston was already 1-2, but now they are 1-2. Congrats to the Rockettes for getting their W. All right, the bane of my existence here was this game last night, Celtics and Pelly. So I'll tell you what ended up happening in the underdog streets for me. We loved Zion, right? We loved Zion because they're going up against this front court who, as we talked about, made Jalen Duren look incredible. Then Zion gets a Q tag, but so does Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown gets a Q tag. The line moves a little bit. I wasn't sharp enough to figure out that the line moved too much, that it meant Jaylen Brown was playing. And then the dude, I know the Celtics won 122-90. This shit was too close, though, for a while. So Jaylen Brown ends up playing, and the way this goes down, this was like the game was kind of in the balance late in the third, or it might have been the fourth. It must have been early in the fourth. Jaylen Brown picks up his 5th foul. He comes out the game. And then, was it DeAndre Jordan? Somebody rolls to the rim. Derek White comes out, makes only a play that Derek White can make, just like a stop at the rim. They get the board. Celtics go the other way, and I think it was Simons who knocks down a 3. Anthony Simons, welcome to Boston, by the way. He finally had his game. And then the Celtics go on a run after that. But this was like desperation mode for Boston. I think under normal circumstances, JB doesn't play this game, right? They were on a back-to-back, tough travel from Detroit to New Orleans. He's already dealing with a hammy. And even though JB has been off to like a pretty efficient start, his numbers aren't going to show. Well, they'll still be efficient. Last night, like only 5 for 9. His average scoring will come down. I think he's averaging 26 points a game, but shooting like legit 50% from the field. But let's give Simon some love here. 9 for 17 from the field, 6 for 13 from 3. He had 25. He looked fun. I didn't think he was playing. I didn't think Jaylen Brown was playing either. One weird thing, though, that Boston's doing, and I don't know if there's smarter people that understand what's going on, or if, as I said on the Celtics Daily video that's coming out in a little bit, if Joe Mazzulla's got that Chauncey Billups in him. Okay, so Hugo Gonzalez starts on, he has a great game on Friday, starts on Sunday against the Pistons, and he was fine. Josh Minott, who was off to a fun start, got a DNP, did not play. Then the next game, Josh Minott moves into the starting lineup. He has a great game. Josh Minott was a plus freaking 42. He had 15 and 9. But then Hugo gets a DNP. Are they not allowed to play together? Like, what happened? Why can only one of them go? Like, does Joe know? Like, even though they do similar things, does Joe know, like, one can sub in for the other? It makes no sense. I'm very confused by it. Let's give Luka Garza some love. He had 16 and 6. But to go back to what I was saying earlier, with no Zion, like, this Pelicans team is not good. Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, Yves Missy, Jordan Poole, Jeremiah Fears. DeAndre Jordan played 11 minutes last night. There was a really fun, I think Jay King of The Athletic reported this, that Mazzulla yelled at the team either during a timeout or halftime, being like, DeAndre Jordan was in street clothes last week. How is he cooking you? The rebounding's still a little suspect there. The upcoming matchups for the Celtics, like, again, they went up against Yves Missy and DeAndre Jordan in this one with no Zion, right? They play the Cavs on Wednesday, which is J.A. Adonde, Jared Allen, and Evan Mobley. Then on Friday, they play the 76ers, which we already saw that, so whatever. Then I think that it's either Utah, then Houston, or Houston, then Utah. I can't remember. But either way, we're going to talk about Lowry Bird here in a second. The bigs of Utah, I can't believe I'm saying this, the bigs of Utah and the bigs of, what's the other team? Houston are really going to be problematic, I think, for the Celtics team. I think it's going to be scary. Sorry, you can't see this. In the reflection, I could see somebody coming up to the door, and it scared me. I got scared. You needed one more rebound from missing. He didn't play the 4th. I guess not. Question for Mike. After this week of basketball, which player do you wish you took forever shares of, or fewer shares of, an underdog? Fewer shares. Oh, that's fun. Fewer shares, huh? Let me think about that before we get to the next game, because maybe as we go through, that'll trigger. Hey, Boston Base. I don't know if you put that into Chat GPT, but really good question. Wemby, 121-103. The Spurs now move to 4-0. We've got 4 undefeated teams left. OKC Thunder, sure. San Antonio Spurs, I will say, outside of Dallas, like, pretty easy start to the season schedule-wise. And then the Bulls and the Sixers, who we already talked about. Wemby was great. Didn't get like the stock upside. Actually, let's start with this instead. Let's start with our guy, CMB, Colin Murray Boyles, the rookie. Missed the first couple of games after getting dinged up in the preseason. He had 19, 3, and 1 with 3 steals and a block in 24 minutes. It was pretty fun. That would be a nice little rotation piece if they could all of a sudden go 7 deep between Grady Dick and CMB. But RJ had 25, IQ had 15. Just points were hard to come by for the Raptors in this game. But again, Wemby a plus 35, dude. 24 points, 15 boards, 4 dimes, a steal, and a block. It was funny to be like very overweight on on Victor Wembanyama, an underdog last night, and be like, wow, I can't believe I got the floor performance from Wemby, which is 24 and 15. Like, he's just, man, he's on a mission right now. He looks incredible. He's been a lot of fun. Castle, 22, 5 and 4. Harper had 11 off the bench. Like, I think this Spurs team is really going to be legit. I'm excited for their schedule to get a little tougher and to see Wemby go against, teams that have centers. As we mentioned, the Raptors, Jakob Poeltl's not going to get it done for you. Neither is Sandro. So good win for San Antonio. They stay undefeated. Raptors move to 1-3, whatever. Let's get to the second half of this slate. OKC, just something to monitor here. OKC on a back-to-back. Tonight they play Sacramento, right? They beat Dallas last night. I was talking to Magi Carp. Is it Chet Holmgren that sits? I feel like somebody's going to sit in that game. But Dallas last night, Cooper Flagg got dinged up a little bit, and then came back into the game. He went 1 for 9 from the field. Again, man, this was like, dude, 2 points, 2 boards, 2 steals. He's being asked to do just so much, just too much. Cooper's doing too much, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous for him. Obviously, I think he's going to be awesome. He's going to be a superstar. I just think that, man, they're just like really asking him to do everything offensively, and that's, I don't know. AD 26 and 11 felt kind of empty though. OKC was just too much, man. Oh, like, dude, SGA 23 and 8 didn't even have a great game. Chet 18 and 11. This was like a good team win. AJ Mitchell continues to be a dog, 17 and 7 off the bench. I mentioned this, I think, yesterday, and the Hoop Collective pointed it out too. It's just unfair that Sam Presti just like rolls these dudes out. Like, he just opens up a closet and he's like, "Hey, man, would you like to get 18 points off the bench? Thanks." It's just crazy every single time. OKC 4-0. So Dallas, they lose who? They've lost to Washington. Now, that is a red flag. That is a red alert, losing to the Wizards. But they beat who did they beat? Toronto, and they lose to San Antonio and OKC. I mean, like, San Antonio might just be good. OKC, Avi. The Washington one is a little scary. I wouldn't be freaking out yet. The one thing I will say, like, if we look at these games, so 94 points in this one, right? 94 points in this one. They scored 129 against Toronto, then only 107 against the Wizards, and then 92 against the Spurs. So that offense is really going to be a problem. I mean, they're so desperate for Kyrie to come back, who I feel like we haven't really gotten an opportunity to talk. I mean, we haven't really heard anything about him. Daniel in the chat saying VJ has Rookie of the Year, seems promising. Philly vibes for the Rook, seem more effortlessly than Dallas for Flag. Yeah, I mean, like, the situations are better too, like, he gets to play against, like, VJ's playing against his, playing alongside this like dynamic scorer playmaker in Tyrese Maxey, where Flag is like, we've got the corpse of Klay Thompson. PJ Washington's like legit their second best player right now, and I love PJ Washington. I'm PJ truther. Let's play the PJ drop. Let's play the PJ drop. Where is it?
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
But, like, it's, come on. It's when PJ's your second best guy, that becomes a little bit of a problem, and they're just asking so much. They're asking so much of Cooper. And I just don't know. I don't know if that's realistic, I don't know if it's realistic for Coop. And I think by the end of the season, it'll feel different. I do. I think by the end of the season, it will feel different. But right now, just no thank you. I want to try some different. Let's try some difference. No, that looks bad. What if we, whatever. Sorry, we're messing with the layouts. I apologize. Let's keep going. Only a handful of games left. Let's talk about this game. I tweeted out when Utah was up like 20. They were up like 20-7 or something in the first quarter. And I was like, let's just relegate Phoenix because the vibes are bad. Phoenix, to their credit, battled back. Lauri Markkanen, 14 for 32, a perfect 17 for 17 from the line, knocked down 6 triples, 51 points. Career high for Lowry, 51 and 14. Trade value through the roof, but maybe you can't trade him because the Jazz be too good. Keontae George, too, finally got a good Keontae game, even though he didn't shoot the 3-ball well. 26, 10, and 5. Walker Kessler, Ranger with 25 and 11. The rookies who everybody was rock hard for out of Utah, kind of off to a little bit of a slower start, but I'm not like freaking out about it, but a little bit of a slower start. Ace Bailey just playing 14 minutes. Walter Clayton Jr. playing 23 minutes, both pouring in 6 points. Utah, legit fun, though. Legit fun. And Phoenix over here, Booker, who's been, man, I got to tell you, I just have not been enjoying the Book experience, but it was good to see him like bounce back a little bit. He had 34 and 10 in this one. Hit some big shots late. Royce O'Neal, who my favorite bit that everybody does is everybody, and I'm this Super Carl, I don't know if you're watching, and that's fine. This is out of love. My favorite thing people do is you tune into Live Before Lock. You ask me 400 questions in 90 minutes, and then you pick the one thing that proves to be incorrect and be like, told you, you loser. You asked me if Royce O'Neal had a ceiling, and I said no. I will stand on that from here on out. Royce O'Neal, 17 points, 13 boards, and 5 steals. It only took him to play 46 minutes to get there, but he got there. Also, Grayson Allen, kind of like low-key having a fun start to the season, but that's how bad the Suns are. That we're like, Grayson Allen, not that bad. Mark Williams finally was allowed to play basketball. He had 25 and 11 with 2 steals in only 31 minutes. Hey, Phoenix, you got to stop the Oso Ighodaro shit. I know what you're trying to do. I get it. Let's play a little small ball. I get it. The Oso Ighodaro experience is over. We don't need to do it anymore, okay? Let him come off the bench like he should. But we can't be. You're just getting cooked every time. Denver and Memphis, and Minnesota, excuse me. Crappy news out of Borland, we can say. Anthony Edwards is going to miss 2 weeks. That makes sense. There's hammy. Don't mess with it. Yeah, imagine the Sacramento Kings being run like the Timberwolves, right? Where somebody hurts their hamstring and they actually let them recover instead of what they're doing with Sabonis, where like clearly Sabonis is not 100%, but whatever. Ant's going to miss a couple of weeks. So I believe, was it Nas? No. Who slid into the starting line? Oh, Mike Conley back into the starting lineup. So they went Conley, Dante, Rudy, McDaniels, and Julius Randle. But can we Jamal Murray's back, baby. Jamal Murray is back. Jamal Murray famously gets off to slow starts, and he's been awesome. He has been awesome out the gate. 43 points last night. Does not care who's guarding him. And like pretty efficient 43, 16 for 29, hit 5 threes. Jokic, man, 25, 19, and 10. His third consecutive triple-double to start the season. He was great. Aaron Gordon finally cooled off a little bit. One thing to keep in mind here, Cam Johnson, who really bad first game. Second game starting to get his sea legs. In his third game, he got hurt. So we'll have to monitor that. When Cam went down, we saw way more Timmy Hardaway Jr. I think part of the reason for that is he was knocking down shots last night, going 7 for 11. Get a big gulp, and then Peyton Watson. Those are the 2 big minute guys there. So kind of a tight rotation for Denver in a relatively competitive game, right? So the only other guy in double digit. Oh no, I'm sorry. Jonas played 10, Bruce Brown 13, but then 32 from Timmy, 25 from Peyton Watson. So we'll have to stay tuned for that injury update. Regular season on Cam from this game. I want to shout out Nez too, our heat check winner for the second time today. He pointed out, and I did not look this up this morning. I was supposed to, but again, I stayed up until 2 a.m. trying to care about baseball. And then still didn't see the home run. But does Jaden McDaniels go off every time Anthony Edwards doesn't play? Like Julius Randle still 24 and 7. He was good, right? Regular season Randle, he was good. McDaniels, though, I feel like he's been just cooking without Ant. He had 25 in this game, but Denver moves to 2-1. They've lost opening night since then. Picked up a couple of W's. Minnesota probably going to struggle out the gate for the next couple of weeks. I mean, obviously, no Anthony Edwards is a problem. Watched a lot of this one. The Warriors, Grizzlies are just too dinged up. They just don't have enough guys, and the Warriors are good. Golden State is on a back-to-back tonight, BT Dubs, at home, though. And I think a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Steph's not going to play. Dude, they only played like 30 minutes last night, 31 minutes. And it was an easy 30. Like Steph was not pushed, neither was Jimmy. And this is kind of a big game against the Clippers for an early season. I think they go. The Clippers are 1.5-point favorites. I think that's a mistake. Not financial advice, but let's bet them. Yeah. And dude, Moses Moody, I'll honestly, first of all, let's give Kuminga love. Kuminga in 32 minutes playing with the starters, 9 for 14, and he had a double-double, 25 and 10. Pod God hit some threes last night, 5 for 7. He had 23. Draymond did everything else, 7 and 10. But Moody, dude, I love Moody's game. I like that he's finally getting a chance to do some stuff out there. 5 for 7 from 3. He had 20. Like you can't count out you can't count on him to knock down 5 triples every game, but I like Moses Moody's game a lot. Good win for them. Memphis is a tough hang right now. They have not played very competitive games. Jacques Landau, he had 17. He was their second leading scorer. Jacques Landau was. John Morant, 23 points in this one, 9 dimes, over 6 from 3, not really efficient. Triple J just stumbling out the gates. Outside of that one game where he had 6 blocks, from a fantasy perspective, has been pretty bad. Santi Aldama with 14, 6, and 4. Cedric Coward continues to play pretty big minutes here. Cooled off a little from 3, but still 4 for 6 from the field. He's got 9 and 4. Cedric Coward, Hive, stand up. Good win for Golden State. They're now 3 and 1. And then the last game of the night, AR-15, Austin Reeves continues to just be good at basketball and put up big old numbers. This was a fun one. But the Blazers get the W. They are now 2 and 2. I will call it a schedule loss for the Lakers. This was not a great matchup for them. They were hounding Austin Reeves. And I know Reeves' numbers still look good. They were picking him up full court. They were throwing 2 at him when he got going. And to Reeves' credit, man, he was still a bucket getter. But the Lakers, I will give the Blazers credit, I promise. Well, I am. I'm giving them credit by defense. Though this is not a good team. Austin Reeves, DeAndre Ayton, Jake LaRavia, Vando, Rui Hashimura. Connect played 25 minutes. I mean, Bronny James played 20 minutes last night. Nick Smith Jr. played 20 minutes last night, okay? Also, one thing on Vando. I know Vanderbilt is a really, really good defender, right? Just a really, really good defender. He looks crazy on offense. He looks great. He looks not in control of his limbs, which is nuts because to be a good defender, I feel like you have to have good control. And it's just he crosses half court, then completely loses it. It's really bizarre to watch. But let's give Portland some love here. Drew Holiday it has been fun to see him return to some sort of offensive form that we did not see in Boston last season. 4 for 7 from 3, 24, 5, and 6. You had 25 and 4 from Denny with 4 stocks as well. Klingon, 16 and 14 from old Klingon. Sharp with 16, and Jeremy Grant just thriving in this 6th man of the year role. 22 points off the bench. Is Jeremy Grant the 6th man of the year? Go check out my Medium article. Young Hassan, not look good. He was not good in his 9 minutes. For the Lakers, just to give Reeves some love here, in the 39 minutes, pretty efficient, 13 for 22, got to the line another 14 times, had 41 points. He was a turnover machine, though. In the first half, I think he only had 2 or 3 turnovers. And then when the game was still kind of in the balance late in the third, he was just turnover, forcing some stuff there. Dominating with 16 and 8. Vando, who I mentioned, I mean, listen, he went 6 for 11 and 14 points. It's uncomfy. Let's actually do a mental health check so I can get some water, and then we can look at tonight's slate, huh? But I'm just not going to do it, guys. And it feels good to not cave to the chat because I am the boss. Like I said earlier, I'm in charge today. I am in charge. You can't tell me what to do. Okay, let's do it. Let's get into tonight's action. Guys, can I tell you, so I had Taco Bell last night, and I'm not a fast food person, and my wife goes away for 1 day. This is her first night she was not home. And I've been cooking salmon. We've been doing salmon bowls. We've been doing curry. We've been doing great stuff here. And the second she's gone, she had been gone for 8 hours. Taco Bell. What are we doing? Sorry, I'm feeling it right now. I'm feeling it in my body, not like I'm about to crap myself, but just I'm feeling it in my body. All right, yeah, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna look at tonight's slate, and then we're gonna go over to Underdog. We're gonna do a draft together too. Taco Bell is a nice cheat code, but I ate too much though. The problem is, you know what I ended up doing? I got a little Crunchwrap Supreme meal, right? So we got that and a taco, and then I forgot because I just auto reordered from the last time I did it. And I had those cheesy Fiesta potatoes in there too. And it was just too much food. It was too much food. I didn't need that. I ate it though. I ate it while the dog just looked at me like, why wasn't turkey involved? Manicano was great. Let's go look at tonight's slate. So 76ers are taking on the Wizards. This is gonna be some fantasy goodness, 238.5 total. So is the Hornets and Heat. I'm assuming Embiid is back tonight. He sat out the front end of the back-to-back, so we should see him tonight. I don't think we're going to see Paul George tonight. I don't think we will see PG Tree or 13. But Embiid should be back, so that kind of limits some of the Bona. I mean, it's all going to be. Embiid's going to play 20 minutes, so keep that in mind. We're still on a minute restriction. From the Wizards, I kind of like Alex Sarr tonight. I think that's kind of fun. Keyshawn George, I wonder if people get off of him after, he had 2 incredible performances. That third game slowed down a little bit. Still was good, by the way. Still had like 6, 8, and 5 or something. Just didn't fill it up like he did the first 2 games. I could see Keyshawn George getting slept on a little. Charlotte, so the Brandon Miller is going to, I think is it just a week or without a timetable? I can't remember. The Brandon Miller is going to be out. That's the update. Brandon Miller is going to be out in this one. Something to note about Miami here. Wiggins off to a weird start, and Jaime Jaquez has kind of been outplaying him. So Jaquez will be back out there. Storm and Norman Powell's been on a heater. For the Charlotte Hornets, though, Colin Sexton's kind of sneaky. All right, Knicks and Bucks. This is the main event here. Knicks are favored by 1.5 in this one. Karl Anthony Towns is queued up. He's been queued up every single game so far. I think he's going to play. I think Kathmandu is going to be out there balling. So give me that. Give me that. Cole Anthony's questionable too in this one. The Kangs and the Thunder open at 10.5, still 10.5. I think there is a chance Chetty Bang Bang sits. Chet has been he's been out for a while. Chet's been out for a while. Out. He's been questionable for a while, every single game, kind of like Karl Anthony Towns. And he's played in all of them. But again, the Thunder, 3 games in 4 nights. If there was ever one to sit, it's on the back-to-back. You're still at home. You get the Kings. Give Chet the rest and let Hartenstein cook is going to be how I'm playing it. And then the Clippers and the Warriors, we kind of talked. Clippers are fresh. Warriors on a back-to-back, but I think everybody goes. Do you see Trey Mann doing anything tonight? Yeah, the problem is, man, they've got a bunch of dudes that can play 30 minutes, like Sexton, Trey Mann, Knipple, like they're all going to be out there running around. So Man could, but I don't feel like super confident. Okay, let's go into the dog app and let's see what Let's go back to Boston Base's elite question. Actually, you know what I want to show you guys? So I signed up for the Solver today or yesterday, which is a ETR product, Establish the Run. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to switch this formatting here on YouTube. If you're listening to us on podcast form, this does not impact you at all. But now you know. The more you know. Let's go chain. We're going to do this. We're going to do this here. Hold on one second. Bang, bang, bang. Let's do that. And then let's do this. All right, here we go. All right, so I wanted to show you guys this. I think this is pretty sick. So it was expensive, but I wanted to try it out for a month and see, because I do a lot of volume on the NBA. But what's really cool, and I don't know if it's going to do it yet, because let's see, we got to go to my exposure first. Let's sync this. That's what I forgot to do. And we'll sync the exposure. Okay, so if we go over to a draft, right, and we enter the draft, you see this it's a Chrome extension. So this tells me all of the percentages here. I have 14% SGA. Giannis, I haven't gotten an SGA share yet. I got 43%. So it gives me all my exposures. But then you pull this thing up, right? And as I draft, it's going to tell me like the combos that I have. It is a pretty sick filter here. So pretty neat. Again, this is probably, if you're not playing a ton, it's definitely not worth it, but pretty fire. Yesterday was my first day messing around with it, so I'm excited to dick around. All right, to Boston-based question here. Boston-based question. So who do I wish I had fewer of? I'm going to go look at you're not going to see it, but I'm going to look at my exposures over here because I just want to get a feel for who I'm mad about. I honestly, I felt pretty good with my process it's early, obviously, but I really liked some of the stances that I took. I'm going pretty overweight on Zion. I think Trey Murphy isn't looking awesome right now. I'm not as thrilled about that, the Trey Murphy one, but I still like Trey Murphy's game. All right, we're going to get our first SGA share. So ready, look, SGA is going to pop in right there. And now when I have my second pick, it'll tell me how much exposure I have, but it'll tell me the percentage that I have this start. So if, say, it was SGA Maxi, it would tell me how many times I had it, which is pretty cool. But going back to my exposure, the Santi Aldama feels like a miss right now. I thought his role was going to be a little juicier, especially with all the injuries that Memphis had, but they kind of are just like, hey, you're going to play 25 minutes a game regardless, So look at that one, kind of hurts. Kevin Porter Jr. Injury stuff doesn't count. So if you're mad about Jaden Ivey or if you're mad about Kevin Porter Jr., I don't think injury stuff should count. I'm more interested in the process of that. Jordan Poole. I was pretty high on Jordan Poole early, and I think that was a mistake. I think I'd feel a little bit more comfortable on the Trey Murphy and Zion. I'm looking at my wing position now. Chris Boucher was a miss. I can't believe it. I thought the Boucher thing seemed like a home run. It also seemed like a home. And granted, this was a very cheap Chris Boucher. It's not like it was an early draft pick that I was hitting. Man, I would love for Steph Curry to fall here. I would love for Steph Curry to fall here. This would be very unique, I think. Because Steph's 80. He goes to 10. All right, we'll take Kawhi there. We will take Kawhi. So we have an SGA Kawhi start, which is pretty boring. But yeah, the Chris Boucher thing, I mean, Missoula's just not playing him. He's not playing him at all, which was like pretty bizarre considering how aggressive. We'll take Miles Bridges here because I just like that game. How aggressive he was in the preseason. For him not to get any run is kind of nuts. Ahmed Thompson, I have a lot of him. I'm not worried about that. Andrew Wiggins seemed like a pretty safe click. He's looked pretty bad. And then for the big position, yeah, I mentioned Santi. I like my Zion exposure. I like my Kata exposure. Triple J's off to a slow start. I'd do that again. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I feel pretty good. The injury stuff, I wouldn't count. Yeah. And it might. I mean, hopefully Ivy doesn't miss too much time. All right, we got a couple of Splash Sports things too. We got a chat about here in a little bit. We still have a Survivor contest, and I created a Tuesday night contest. Those have been a lot of fun. I got smoked last night, but those have been fun. I hope you guys have been enjoying that. I've been keeping the entry fee low. Like the Survivor one is just $10. That one starts tomorrow night. And then the $5 contest tonight. I stopped doing like the big dollar ones because I think it's just more fun. It's about the community, All right, this next spot here, we have an SGA Kawhi Bridges. Would not mind taking Kuminga over OG Anunoby here, which the reason I like doing it on this type of build, if he's still there, is it's kind of some insurance in case somebody does sit, like even though I'm playing it as I'm sorry, I was scrolled down too far. I'll take Alex Sarr. But even though I was playing it that Steph and Jimmy both play tonight, in this type of build where I don't have either of those, but I do have Kawhi, I kind of like the idea of getting him. I don't know if I got to take Sarr at 23 if he's still there. So Sarr goes, I think I'm going to take Kuminga here. And then honestly, I'm going to take Hartenstein at 26, assuming OG goes. We'll see what Adam Foster does. But I'm trying to get overweight on Hartenstein now before we get the news that Chet's going to sit. Assuming, again, that Chet sits. But I've been wrong before. All right, Snoopaloop with some takes here. He says he's got Storm and Norman over 3.5 boards. I like that. AJ Green over 8.5. I love the AJ Mitchell one. You know what I think is actually a really sharp play here? And again, I can't do that because I'm in New York City. I like the idea of sliding AJ Mitchell. Like get an alt line on AJ Mitchell. Because I do think everybody, if Chet does miss, is going to go to Hartenstein, rightfully so. But I think that's just more minutes and more usage, especially in the offensive end for AJ. So I'm going to be pretty overweight on the AJ Mitchell stuff today, I think. I'm going to try to get a lot of drafting done this morning, even though that backfired yesterday. We're going to try to get, I don't know, not a lot, but maybe like 40 done before noon. That's the goal. Anyways. All right, our last pick, I think, is going to be AJ. We'll see who's available. I like Ryan Rollins, BT Dubs. I think Ryan Rollins is fun. But what I really like right now is AJ Mitchell is projecting for 9 points. I don't think anybody's drafting him. So maybe it's dumb to take him over like other guys. And But I kind of like this. Maybe I should have a Sacramento guy in this, but I don't know. I kind of dig with it. I kind of dig it. Rest of the week stuff. Oh, LaMelo over. Yeah, LaMelo overs just in general. I feel like that's another slider you could do. Rest of the week. So we have the NBA bit again tomorrow. We'll also have a So Rare related thing. I think tomorrow, either tomorrow afternoon or Thursday afternoon. I haven't decided yet. NBA bit the whole week though. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Friday we'll have another live before lock that'll just be on the Elite Fantasy Hoops channel. So should be good. Should be good. All right, let's see who's available. Who's available here? Did you take anything from the NBA memo they released yesterday? No, not really. Not really. I mean, to me, it seems like a lot of ass covering right now. Oh, we're looking into this, so we got to really take a look at no, he's not, man. Mobley's good, bro. But that to me was just lip service. I mean, this is what they said they said like similar shit after the Jonte Porter thing, and then they haven't done anything because they need to accept the money, you know? And so I'll believe it when I see action, you know? All right, we've got like Con Knipple's pretty fun too, but AJ Mitchell has 40-point upside, 40 fantasy point. Pajemski too. Is Pajemski really not getting drafted? Interesting. So people all right, we're gonna still take AJ Mitchell. I don't care. Oh wait, did somebody just take him? Oh, what a jerk. All right. I don't really want Draymond on this team. Let's take Knips. Let's take Knips. I want some more people from this game. Cool. There we go. We love to see it. All right, quickly, let's just go check over Splash. Tolo Smith, G League player from the Pistons. Oh, hell yeah, that is cool. That's cool. All right, let me go over to Splash Sports. Make sure you guys are getting involved in this. Here we go. We've got this is the Survivor contest here. This kicks off tomorrow, $10 entry. Let me go. I'm still in this one. Ooh, we're down to 4. Who's left? Billy Pilgrim's still in it. Legendary and Drake. All right, we got to make our picks here. We got to I haven't used Giannis yet. I haven't used Maxey yet. Brunson. Honestly, I think Karl Anthony Towns is the play. And then if he doesn't go, we'll just go Giannis. I think Cat is just going to cook the Bucks. I think he's going to cook him if he's healthy. So we're going to do that. There we go. Down to 4, baby. Down to 4. What's first in this? What's first? Standings. Oh, wait, details. That's what I'm looking for. The details. 328. That'd be cool. Down to 4. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. But yeah, that contest is going on. And then we started the $5 one over here. Let's go see where we're at in my football pick'em. Oh, that just reminded me. I gotta dump people over in the Guillotine League. All right, so we're currently in 6th place. We're 5.5 back. All right, gang. I think that's gonna do it here. I think that's gonna do it. We made it 48 minutes, which honestly is pretty impressive considering I just did not get enough sleep. Not enough sleep, and honestly, the coffee wasn't good this morning, so it's just kind of a weird start to the day. But we persevere. Hope everybody has a great start to the day. Good luck out there. Happy little Tuesday. We will see you guys right back here tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies, though. Let them know. The bit be back.